What's up, guys? Welcome to Watsy Subbuteo show with myself, Watsy, and my good friend there, Martin O'Bradley. How are you, Mucker?
All good, man. You know me.
We early start today. We're back to Thursday slot, but it's still bright outside.
It's early.
It's
I'm only
going
to have one beer. It's too early, man.
Too early to have a beer. It's 4:30 here.
One.
I'm only having the one myself. Here, good reaction to the last show. Paul ODR, fantastic. Nick to thank him for coming on. He was brilliant once again. Only other one thing to do, but young Bradley, let's go over and get a laugh and fancy football at your expense. I mean, at everybody else's expense. Well, you can tell you haven't looked at it. We'll go to the bottom.
Right.
We'll go to the bottom. Thomas Regan still bottom. Minus 2,244 points.
That's not funny.
He's 108 points, but obviously Jude Morrow's still second from bottom. You're below him. You're above Jude. You're 41 points, 1,054 points. I'm 3 places above you.
1,000. I have 1,054 points.
Overall.
Pretty good.
Not when you consider the person at the top has 1,700. 700 behind.
Many of you.
I have 1,072. Elliot has 1,144. Simon's in 28th. Paul Pearson's in 25th. David Save Hunter's in 22nd. Well done, Dave. Above Paul Pearson. Craig is 12th. Well done, Craig. Climbing up the table. Barry's in 6th. Emma Ackroyd's in 3rd. John Henson's in 2nd. And Brenton Ashley is in 1st. But there's only literally 19 points between 1st and 2nd. And that's good. They're going well, them too. It's good. It's going to be a good push to the end of the season for them too. Maybe we'll get a wee John Henson video someday. There's some days of beer. How many beers is in that glass?
There's only one. I'm only having one beer.
That's not one beer.
Of course, it's one beer. It's one glass. How many glasses of beer?
How many tins did you pour in the one glass?
I don't know.
At least
only 3. One beer. I'm only having one beer.
Don't do me a favour when you finish the show. Don't be going driving anywhere. Overall for the monthly,
you can drive. You can drive after one beer if you've had something to eat.
Emma Ackroyd's first in the monthly praise. She's only 2 points between her and Thomas Regan. Thomas Regan's 2 points behind her. Praise. Brenton Ashley's in 3rd, 8 points behind. So Bradley, do you want to introduce our guest?
Well, aye.
What are you going to say before that?
I was going to say. So I was watching. I had a wee flick at last week's show.
Aye.
And
okay, here we go.
Quite wrinkly here at the top.
Oh, I thought this was criticism for me.
When I looked at you, when I looked at you, I thought he's very smooth. And then I'm thinking he doesn't used to be that smooth looking. So now I'm thinking, is he on the Botox?
No. Must be the camera. I'm pretty young looking, you know.
I think you're on the Botox.
I'm not on the Botox. Sure, I have.
All the Spice Boys buttoned up the lid are going on the Botox when they pass the hump.
It's a button up shirt, making me look good.
I know.
Anyway, Jesus, you've had a hard life.
I have had a hard life. It's fair.
You definitely have. Right, go and introduce our guest that was on early on the Thursday.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're real honoured tonight. Cream of the crop, Subbuteo's wild man, the one and only English megastar, the Englishman that got the final of the World Cup, Mr. Kasper Bennet.
Welcome, Kasper. Kasper, welcome to the show. Kasper, can I ask you? Are you having a wee beer?
Well, see, I've just had 2 vodka Red Bulls, so I thought I'd have a coffee just so I don't start like slurring.
You're middle of the night, are you? You're bedtime over there?
Yeah, what is it now? It's 12. Yeah, just gone 12.
It's 12.
Here where I am, so you can see outside we've got the Bangkok skyline.
Swanky, man.
That's swanky looking there, man. You up in a big high-rise building or something?
It's a big window. Yeah, that's what there is in Bangkok. You know, everyone's living in big condos because land prices are so high, aren't they?
We had this argument before. Me and Bradley. Bradley didn't believe me that I said that Bangkok's like small but tall. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I mean, it does sprawl out and like for miles, but it's very, very. Yeah.
Everything goes up because it's cheaper.
Everything goes up, yeah.
Here, what took you to Bangkok, and when did you go to Bangkok?
Cool. When did I get out? About 8 years ago it was. I come over because I could get a job as a football coach, which had always been like a dream of mine. And you know, you can't really get paid doing that in England unless you're an ex-pro.
Yeah.
Whereas in Bangkok, just being English is pretty much enough to get you the gig. Or actually, with Phuket, I should say. So I went and did that for a couple of years, which was, you know, bloody brilliant. Fantastic.
Did you get paid for it? Were you getting paid?
Yeah, got paid quite well, actually.
Mega. And what are you doing now? What's your job now?
Well, I've popped out a few children. So I've got twins, which are 4, and I've got a 6-year-old.
Oh, very good.
Magic. So you're never coming back?
No, well, actually, the plan is we've had a few plans to come back, but it's just that the visas for the kids and for the missus is not straightforward.
Yeah.
So at the moment, like I'm actually working for an English company now, and I can obviously work from anywhere because you're on the telephone. But the plan is to try and get back to England and start flicking some plastic again, boys.
Are you?
No Subbuteo in Bangkok?
No, there's no players here.
Oh.
No, there's only one player actually. It's David Ruel. Do you know Ruel?
No, we wouldn't feature him in the results unless he's playing.
Yeah, but David Ruel, when I was a kid, was like European world. Well, he's world number 1.
Was he?
Yeah.
Ah, right. Oh.
Yeah.
And is he over there with you?
I've seen him once or twice. Yeah.
He's never flicked, no.
I met him in Singapore for a tournament actually, and he beat me, the bugger.
Bastard.
It was quite a good game actually. Yeah, it was during the World Cup. I think England had played Slovenia in the World Cup about 6 years ago, which finished at about 5 a.m. So obviously, like a wally, I'd watched it, and then tried to play him on no sleep, and he was 3-0 up at half time. So it finished 3-2, but
that wouldn't be like you to like sit up all night and like have a wee drink and then play Subbuteo the next day. Well, that's a bit unnormal for you.
Well, it's happened.
Normally you sleep in, don't you?
Well, that's why you've got breaks in between matches, isn't it? You get a little kick.
You don't want to talk about the World Cup in 2011, do you?
Well, what was that? You're talking about the Palermo one?
The Palermo, aye.
Yeah, I mean, I knew this was going to come up, obviously. I should probably, I mean, we can talk about it, of course. I mean, probably my England teammates would say, well, it wasn't just Palermo, so I better explain what happens. So basically, like you know what it's like as a kid. I know team events are probably the most important thing. Actually, I look back at my career and kind of judge it about what happened for each team I played for. But you know, as a kid, your dream is when you play Subbuteo is to win the World Cup individuals, isn't it? I mean, we don't know about team events, do we, until we start playing. So yeah, the World Cup's always like a really big thing. and I'll kind of prepare for it by like not drinking for 3 months, go running and stuff like that. And would you believe, and put all my eggs in one basket. And unfortunately, what always happens is I'll go and play the individual and not win it, which has obviously happened every time. And then I'll end up probably having a few drinks after that, and then the Sunday. I turned up for all of them apart from Palermo, which is obviously the one where it all kicked off, didn't it?
Well, the actual documentary's pretty good. I thought it was very good. It was Zala who made it.
Yeah.
Can't even remember. Scott Billing. I thought it was very well put together.
Yeah.
But I think it didn't give you much of a chance. It didn't give you a leg to stand on. I think the ban was quite hefty. And even you said yourself, like there's drug cheats in football are getting less fucking of a ban for taking drugs, and you only slept in.
Yeah, that was crazy, lads. I mean, come on. I don't know if you've ever done it, but I mean, if you've played a tournament, I mean, back in the 90s when we used to play, I mean, so many, I don't want to say the Irish lads, but certainly Owen Adams would have, perhaps not always played the next day. I mean, he was legendary. He was actually legendary. But, everyone just had a giggle and said, oh, he's not turned up, And I perhaps thought that might happen to me in Palermo,
Yeah.
In fact, I probably expected my teammates to wake me up. But never mind, they didn't. It didn't turn up. But I mean, you're not really expecting a 1-year ban for that.
A year ban?
Oh, they reduced it to 6 months.
Yeah, that took a bloody lot of appealing, and I had to pay for like Phil Redmond's and Alan Collins' flights to get that. So it cost me about 500 quid. Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's only fucking.
Yeah,
it's only
mad,
fucking
isn't it?
Subbuteo, man. That's mad. That's the maddest thing I ever fucking heard. Did you not? You played in the final of the World Cup, didn't you?
Yeah, that was before. So that was the problem, because that was my first World Cup, and I got to the final.
Fuck me.
And
that's good.
I actually didn't let in a goal on the way to that final as well.
Yeah.
So obviously after that you're thinking, oh hello, I've got a chance here. So the next time you think I'm going to win it now. But I think I lost to De Luyne the next time in Rotterdam on penalties. And then Palermo when I lost to Gauci. But yeah, they're not easy, lads. World Cups are tricky. No.
And are you planning to try and make this one in Rome?
Yeah. Well, basically, Darren's asked me to play for the team.
Yeah.
So I've messaged Steve Detra because there's some kind of like wild card loophole where if you're in a country where there's no FISTIF tournaments, you can apply for a wild card.
Yeah.
But he said no. So I don't know. Like.
Said no.
I mean,
why did he say no?
Well, he said, look, England have got 2 spots, so they've kind of got to use those 2 spots. So do they want to use you? But they've got their qualification thing.
Yeah.
So
we spoke to Darren about this before.
Yeah, I mean, I can play in the team, but it's a long way to go, isn't it, for one day?
Make a holiday, make a week out of it, man. Take the missus and the weigh-ins, have a week.
Yeah, would you do it, lads? Are you both going to the World Cup, or?
Yeah, we're playing for Northern Ireland.
Good on you.
We're sending. There's a team from Northern Ireland, the team from Republic of Ireland going. Owen Adams is going.
Brilliant. Make sure he turns up.
He's in our squad.
You're gonna smash him with a ban.
You were Darren Clark was saying you're talking about coming over to him and staying for a while, or on a holiday or a trip.
Yeah, well, really, we want to play kind of 4 or 5 next year. So we want to play sort of probably the majors. Because he's playing with the Glide, Slide, Chip and Dip club, isn't he?
Yeah.
So the idea is if I go to Darren's, train for about a week, and then go to the tournaments. So...
You get all the big ones, Mons and...
Well, if you're going to go, you might as well go to the big ones, isn't you?
Do it right.
Ah,
that's it.
You're doing it. Do you think you still you haven't lost it? I think you've hardly lost it.
I've got no idea, Martin. I don't know. Like,
able to set up at the house, no?
Say again. I've got a set in the house, but I've got too many kids, lads. You can't set up the players. Like, they go missing if you start leaving players about. I mean, I knew that you guys were going to do the what's in the box thing, because I'd seen you do it before. So I've just had a look on the shelf there for my team, and it's vanished. So it's not what's in the box for me. It's where is the box?
Well, sure. We're going to leave it out this week if you don't have it, but
I think we have to. Yeah.
Check a doll's house. Look at Mr. Potato Head's arse. Might be in there. It'll be somewhere.
He's in the kids' toy box.
Probably.
So, tell us when you started. Actually, what made you find Subbuteo? Obviously, most people have the same story, but how did you get into Subbuteo?
Well, like you guys, you get the box. I think my dad bought me Italia 90.
The best one yet.
Beautiful. And I think about 8 or 9 years old, one of our mates' dads was good at woodwork, so he built a proper pitch. So then we started playing properly, and then we went to a tournament, and I think it was Cyril Mitchener said, "Oh, lads, you're from Bristol." It was me, my friend Josh, and Victor. He said, "Oh, you need to phone Darren Clark. Darren Clark's like a great player from Bristol."
Yeah.
So we'd phoned Darren, and Darren was basically like, "You all right, lads? Oh, you want to play, do you? Okay, well, I'm not really interested. Come back to me in about 5 years when you can play properly." But but Dave Pawsey will teach you. So Dave Pawsey is like one of Darren's best mates. You'll know Dave Pawsey. I mean, he was British champion, wasn't he? But he was a great coach. I think he trained 2 British champions before us, so James Fee and Richard Flicker. So then Dave started training us, and we all started playing and getting quite good. I think Victor won his first tournament in the youths. And then actually, after that first tournament, Victor then played in the Open at about 15 years of age, and he drew with Brian Daly, who at that time was the English champion.
Right.
That's when that's
just an example of like what Dave can do. He trained up this guy Victor, who you'd never heard of, but he was really good. And then obviously, so I trained with Dave for a long time, and then at about 14, 15, Darren finally opened the door. He said, "Okay, come on."
And Darren must have been about 30 then, was he? About 30 years of age?
Yeah, probably 27, 28, something like that.
He must have thought you were too young to play Subbuteo. Him being this 20.
Yeah, Darren's just, you know what Darren's like. The thing is, when Darren plays, he can't help but play his best. So if he was playing us when we were that young, we'd have been losing 20-0, 30-0. So by the time I started playing Darren, he's beating me sort of 5 and 6-0 regularly. And I think it literally took me 4 years before I got a draw against Darren, playing every week. That's what Darren's like.
Now, would you say you'd beat him now if you went back and played him?
Well, I think when you get to that certain sort of level, you'll always make an argument for yourself. So I think I would probably say that, yeah. Maybe the stats would say that as well, I don't know. But Darren would also say that. So Darren in his head will think he's going to beat me. I'll think I'm going to beat him. It's really very, very close, to be honest.
It would be class to see in the World Cup, because obviously we only know from word of mouth how good you are and how good you've been in the past as a young player. So it'd be great to see you at a World Cup again.
Oh, what age are you, Kasper? What age are you?
You must be only 40, are you? Same age as me?
I'm 37. No, 37 tomorrow.
That's right. Happy birthday, man.
It's your birthday.
Tomorrow.
Cheers.
What a way to celebrate it.
So is it your birthday tomorrow? You know, your
birthday now. It's your birthday now.
It is in Thailand. It is my birthday now. Yeah.
See, I'll keep you right.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, and I'm drinking coffee. Look at that.
Go and get another fucking Red Bull. Here, it's obviously it must be hard not playing it. You know, watching it and not being able to play it must be hard for you.
Well, yeah, so that's what I was getting at. So that's basically what's caused the thing in team events. You know, if I've ever got drunk and not played my best the next day, it's really only for passion. It's certainly not for like any disrespect or, you know, anything blasé or anything like that, which some people probably think. Yeah. It's really because I love the game so much. I couldn't really tell you, you know, like, you know, all that training with Darren. I remember when Nicky Chappell first come along with the San Siro. And he used to send me over to Eric Verhagen's like once every 2 or 3 months. And I'd stay with Eric for a week and we'd just play like 10 matches a day just for training. Like, yeah, so that's like what we were up to. And that was the year when, you know, when I first when I got to that World Cup final. So like, yeah.
When you're playing at that level, I can see that. If you're playing at that level's well beyond anything we're at or fucking most people get to. And the intent, you hear boys talking, the pure intensity of getting there and playing, and you're right. The team seems a wee bit more like the crack, whereas the individual at that level, it's all about the focus and you know what I mean, having to get there. And I suppose when you built all that up over months and then you get to the last match and it's over and you're out, fucking relief.
Well, that's it. I mean, but it's the same for everybody, but it affects me more, you know. I'm obviously slightly flawed in a certain way. But like, you're right, like it's the intensity, but it's not just the tournaments. Like Eric and I would literally be shouting in each other's faces when we're scoring in friendly matches, building up to it. And Darren and I, not quite the same, but we'd have big arguments in friendlies, you know, like it's not really normal. Unless, is it normal? I don't know, you tell me.
No, I think of it.
Everybody has that right.
Okay,
I crack up when he's playing me, and I mightn't show the anger, but inside I'm really angry when he's fucking scoring 4 and raiding the table when he scores, and I'd be like, I'd be nearly lifting my team and walking out, but you don't want to go to that extent, you know what I mean? So people do it like it's a common thing.
Yeah.
Like anything with competitive. If you're a competitive person, you're gonna huff. You're going to take the huff. You're going to try and storm out of a competition if you compete. And then when you say about the team event, it's like losing. It's like being the qualifying group and you lose your first 2 matches, and then the third match counts for nothing, really. And you go into it in a different mindset. You go into it, I don't want to be here. I'm out.
No, I wouldn't say that actually. No, it's not quite that. What it is the night straight away when I lose the tournament, I have that feeling of like, oh, it's all been for nothing, blah, blah, blah. But then when I wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, it's the team, then it's like straight away back on it, right? I can't let the lads down. So I may be hungover at that point, but then I will dig in and get the results. And actually, it only happens like that in World Cups because if I'm playing from a team, like if you asked Atlas or Sasana, who obviously looked after me a lot when I played for them, I would never disrespect the president of those clubs by ever having like 2 beers the night before a tournament. So it's funny really because out of all the tournaments I've played, that never really happens. But because I'm always playing, you know, in Italy or in Greece, the British players only see me when I'm not with the team. So I might be, you know, it might be slightly different behaviour.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get to the final, like if you got to the final of the World Cup and you lose, right, you're going to be disappointed that you lost. But do you not still think, I've just got to the fucking final of the World Cup? Do you not look behind you at all the boys you knocked out and think, I'm fucking pretty shit hot here. I've done fucking well. You know.
I think that World Cup I did. But then once your expectations rise, so then I think after that year, then I played a lot of finals. So I'd probably won 4 or 5 tournaments and lost 4 or 5 finals that year. So I got up to world number 2. Because that World Cup gave me a lot of confidence. But then after that, then, you know, it's win or bust, basically. Right. I think, you know, that World Cup, I did. I was like, brilliant. Yeah, got to the final, great. But then I think after that, you win or bust, basically.
That's a big difference with like us, you know. See, even if I play in a competition, and we're only playing Waspas, we Waspas ourselves, you know. I'm playing something and I don't win. I don't get knocked out in the semis, or don't even get out of my grip. Like, I didn't get out of my grip, I'd be disappointed. But say I didn't win, or I played somebody who's obviously better than me and they beat me. But if I think, I played all right, I played well. He was better, I played well. I'd be happy. I'd be happy with that myself. But
you must remember, so I've tricked myself to believing there isn't any players like that, apart from Flores, who I could admit is like on a different planet, to be honest with you.
Crazy man, isn't it?
But even him, I'd try and beat him. I mean, well, I have beat him.
But when you say the training you done, you were playing like 10 games a day, and you're only getting to the final and losing in the final. What's Flores doing? Is it training, or is it genetics? Is it something that he's just genetically good at?
Yeah,
he was built out of dead Subbuteo players in the Warrington.
No, I don't mean that. But you get people who can play pool and snooker, and people who are absolutely shit at it.
I was thinking about this. Yeah, I was thinking about this because I thought you might ask, like, who's the best player in the world, and I was thinking Vasco, and I want to say Vasco because he was class. But then I thought, wait there, what's the point of having all these tournaments? Whoever wins the most World Cups is the best.
Yeah.
And I think it's Flores, or it certainly is now. I know Bolognino's got 5 or 6 if you include Vets, so he's got to come into it. And you've got to start giving the respect for that. And you can't just start picking the player you like and going, oh, he's the best player in the world. You've got to go, no, look at the facts. Who's won the most tournaments? It's Flores. And I was thinking, is it because he's the most talented?
Yeah.
He does train the most, and he's in Murcia, which is the best place to train because they got all the players.
Right.
And he is massively talented. But was he head and shoulders above when he was a youth player? Not really. I think Shibaras, who was a Maltese lad, won Flores' World Cup when he was that age in the youths. I don't know if he won it in the youths.
Yeah.
So I think that by training, he's even made himself look more talented because that training has made him look more talented. And yeah, I think it's just general dedication.
Yeah.
He's more dedicated, but he's also fortunate of where he lives. Same with me. Like, I'd have never been able to be a good player without having Dave, Darren, and then Eric, and also Chris Thomas. So I used to drive over to Cardiff once a week to train with Chris as well.
Chris Thomas is phenomenal, isn't he?
Yeah, Chris Thomas is a great player.
It's fantastic.
But that Flores it just seems so different to everybody else.
Well, he's got that aura now, hasn't he? Where a lot of people will go into the game with him and they think he plays. Even top players will think that as well. And that also, it does mean that, you've got to be extremely mentally strong to beat him in a game, and you've got it's kind of hard to explain, because you know that he should beat you.
Yeah.
And then when you're playing him, he's doing things that other people can't do, so you can't practice for that.
You can't defend against it. There's no.
You're like, wait, fucking Darren hasn't done this. What do I do now?
So I suppose in your head, when you go to play him, in your head, you've already lost. But you need to you need to get that out of here, not you.
Most people have, yeah.
Me and you win. Not him.
Me and you've already lost when we go to play him. That's the sort of thing I'd be. I couldn't get that out of my head.
I think I could win, but maybe deluded. But
you're in a position where you're one of the top players in the world. You know what I mean? You can go into a game like that. That's what makes you one of the top players. You can go and face anyone and say, I'm going to win. I can beat anybody on the day. Me and Bradley are going in thinking, we're going in here to defend 10-0. try and keep it below.
Yeah. But so it's not just like an instant thing that happens to do that. So what you've got to do is you've got to start by you playing someone who's better than you. How do you beat them? And basically, I think I was known as quite a horrible player when I was about 18, 19, because I used to, do naughty blocks or a little bit of a gamesmanship here and there. I even used to watch Darren Brown to think of things I could say to people to just mentally get them. And doing the Bob Varney stare down when you shake hands and things like that. All these little things. And then you start beating players that are better than you. And then you have the confidence to play as well as they play. but you've got to get there gradually. Or I did. It depends how much talent you've got. Like,
it's a brilliant insight into your world. You know, it's like having the best player in the world on the show. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, we've had everybody that's been on there, but we've never had a World Cup finalist on the show yet. So,
well, I mean, Darren's not far off, is he? So I think Darren's got like a lot of the same mindset.
Yeah, Darren was very interesting with his you know, his philosophy and stuff, and his meditation and his tapes that he listens to.
Yeah, so I used to do that in tournaments. I used to catch me lying down before big matches, and I'd be visualising the goals going in against who I was playing. But it all happened at the same time. So, you know, Darren got to the semis of the World Cup.
Yeah.
That's when we were training a lot. And then the next year I got to the final. And then the year after that, Eric won it. So it was kind of all connected.
All the three are connected, yeah. And Darren made a statement when he was on the show he's going to win it this year.
Well, he's in the vets, isn't he?
Oh, he said he's going to win the World Cup, so.
Why not? Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I'd say his favourite, isn't he?
Oh, there you go.
We spoke about this before. Let the vets.
I mean, who's the favourite? Polidino.
And the vets, is he?
I'm not sure, lads. I haven't been there for 8 years. You've got to tell me what's going on.
I don't know. No, I don't know. But we spoke before that the vets. You'd be mad to look at it like a lesser competition, because the vets are like, they're just over 45, 46. So it's the boys that have been playing for 30 odd years who are really good. We're always good. You know, like you'll be in the open. You would be in the open if you were playing in the open, but you're just going to go for the team. You used to have a fucking lethal team. England will have a brilliant team. Really well.
We've always got a decent team. Like, you know, you've got Chris Thomas. You got either, who's the other player going to be? I suppose Shorty or Elliot, perhaps Elliot.
Elliot's joined Chip and Glade as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he won the last tournament, didn't he, in Scotland?
Yeah.
He won Glasgow, aye.
But I think, honestly, all the World Cups I played in, we got to like the semis.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're not far off. And we very rarely have Darren and I both played, because, you know, either one of us has been missing. So, yeah, it'd be good to have the strongest team out and see what we can do. If
you could pick the team, who would it be?
For the individual?
No, the team.
What, the individual team? I'd probably go with, Darren, Chris Thomas, myself, and, Elliot's just won a big Grand Prix, didn't he? Or was it an Open?
AO.
But, you know, Chris and Darren were in that tournament. You've got to say, look, fair play to the lad. Give him a shot.
He's very good. He is very good.
Elliot's fucking lethal. And if he was playing with you boys, it would just stratospheric, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I remember when I'd left, he was just sort of coming through.
The only disadvantage Elliot has is he's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah. Well, he's going to get Lukaku syndrome. If you don't put him in the team, he's going to throw his toys out the pram.
It is. That's passion. It's all passion. It's passion. We've had boys before say, I'm just passionate, and they were wankers. But some boys aren't wankers, and some boys really are just passionate. I think Elliot's very, very passionate on it. Like yourself.
Say again, what, passionate about Subbuteo?
Yeah, I'm saying that you get some boys that claim it's passion when they're really just wankers, you know. But then there's people that really are just so passionate about it. You know what I mean? Like you and Elliot, you know rightly you can win. You know what I mean? That you're shit hot, that you can give anybody a game. You can beat anybody. On your best day, you can beat anybody. Elliot's probably thinking the same because they can. You know?
I think he is, yeah.
And that's very different.
Kick off as well, does he? Does Elliot kick off?
Leave it. Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, in an ideal world, you'd have to be a perfect sportsman, wouldn't you? I mean, that would be perfect.
Yeah, Gary.
John McEnroe.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. You just can't control it, can you? Like, and it is passion. But the other thing is, even Flores, you know, you'd find out. It seems like he will give you every decision, but actually, you'll find most of the top players, if they're 1-0 down, things get a bit naughty.
Yeah.
I've lost you, Watsy. Hold on.
Am I here?
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Yeah, you're right. When things are down, everybody changes their perspective. They stop being the guy.
Especially like the top players, because they've just got it in them.
Yeah, like Kenny Biggs.
I wish it could be, Watsy. I don't know, would it? I'd love to be able to get to that level. But let's say I don't think I am there. I don't think I was there anyway.
We've an Irish championship now, playing different places all around Ireland, and it was the final.
You giving each other that sort of decision?
I think it was in Donegal, and it was the final, and it was Mark Farrell was playing Kenny Biggs, and Kenny Biggs had Mark dead right, was about to score, and touched the player, and nobody's seen it. Nobody's seen it. I was videoing it, and nobody's seen it. And Kenny says, for fuck's sake, I'm after touching that player. And Mark Farrell was on day one. I know.
That's class. That's class. Yeah, that's what it should be. That's what it should be.
But
it's
what
really
happens?
Like that,
you're in a World Cup semi-final, and you do the same thing, and you think nobody's seen it. I'm playing on, and it gets you to the final. Do you care?
Well, I think that's what I was saying to you before when I said to get there, you probably have to do that sort of thing to get to that level.
Yeah.
Then once you're at that level, you'd like to think that you could then perhaps have the class. That's what I hope. But I don't know. We'll see if I get to a World Cup semi-final. I'll let you know.
What sort of business do you use anyway, Kasper?
Oh, do you know what? A couple of lads were messaging me about this the other day, like... Good on them. Do you know some of the young, like up and coming English lads who I haven't even met, some of them will message me and go, "Oh, Kasper, I'm changing bases. What shall I do?" But I use, I think C6. But
can you go on that Astro? Are you able to go on that Astrobase website and pick a base? Are you able to go through the process of saying, "I'll have that bottom, I'll have that middle section, I'll have that top section, and I'll put this weight in it"? You know, I went on that Astrobase and I thought, I don't know what I'm doing here. Just to try buy a set of bases.
Well, I wouldn't know what weights I wanted anyway and all that sort of stuff. I wouldn't buy a set without trying them. So I'd probably just want...
Do you get everything given to you for free because you're the best in the world?
Do you know what? Back in the day, Enrico put me on the homepage of the Astrobase website because I used those bases. So I phoned him up and asked him for some sponsorship money, and he just changed the picture.
Quality.
But it was worth a go, wasn't it? It was worth a go.
That's the way it was worth a go.
10 years later, I've ended up buying this Astros turf pitch off him for about 700 quid. So I think he's definitely winning that one anyway.
Brilliant. Kasper, I would like to thank you for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure, man.
I love the show, lads.
Thank you for taking the time in your evening. It's time for you to go to bed.
Will do, lads. Nice one, Watsy.
We don't want you sleeping in for work in the morning.
No, it's all right. I don't start work till about 4 p.m. because it's English time, isn't it?
Oh, happy days. Loving the dream.
Brilliant. Here, well, man, thanks very much. Appreciate it. And look after yourself and hopefully see you in Rome.
Yeah, see you there, lads. Cheers, Martin.
Cheers, Kasper.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Namaste, as they say in Thailand.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, guys, so you've asked me to look at this goal of the week. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we got a bit of a loop, bit of a chip shot, nicely taken. Good finish. Wow. Okay, a little bit slow for me that, and the ball's gone under the goalie. So nice 1-2. Debatable offside. I think the ball's still moving though, so we'll give it. But I think number 1's winning. And there we go. Number 3 has won it. Was that a foul? Hold on, let me just see that again. Why is that green player moving? Oh no, it's not a foul. Yeah, it's a good goal. Number 3 is the winner. And I have had a little sneak peek look at your number 4, which I don't think this is a contender because it's not a goal. As you can see, the build-up's okay. Defending looks good. And as you can see, he's rushed the shot there because he's heard the buzzer's gone off, which has prompted a quick movement with the index finger. I don't know if we've got any technical experts here, or perhaps Vincent could take a look. But yeah, not a goal. But yeah, number 3, fantastic. Well done.
Thank you, Kasper. Fantastic. Great to have you on the show. Great to hear your view on everything that happened in the past. Bradley, you have anything to say? No? You look like you were going to tell me something there. No?
About what?
No, I don't know. You just set up as if you're going to say something. Okay. Let's go over and see Dan Cranston. And by the way, don't forget to check out Dan's Discord.
He's the greatest. He's fantastic. Wherever there is danger, he'll be there.
Hi everyone, this is Daniel Cranston of the American Subbuteo Association. Reviewing last week's match of the week with Daniel Sheen versus one of his training partners that he likes to post on his CHA4 Facebook page. This is going to be a bit of a quick one. I just wanted to break down one play here and highlight the importance of what I see a lot of top players do, and obviously Daniel Sheen is one of those, being one of the top ranked veterans in the world. If we play it here, Daniel Sheen has the ball. He earns a free kick, chooses to take the no flicks option, and we can see here this is his figure, and then obviously he has the guy playing the ball in, but he also has this middle figure that's kind of posted in the middle of the line that's not guarded yet. And I think what a lot of beginner players would kind of focus on these kind of free kicks is playing it close to the person that's nearby, and maybe doing like a 1-2 and bringing the ball like into the shooting zone somewhere in this area. But what Daniel Sheen does is a bit more direct, a bit more forcing, and it kind of highlights his awareness and ability to play the ball quickly, but also his positional awareness to understand that he has options even if one of his flicks gets blocked. So instead of playing this close nearby and using this figure to keep the ball kind of within, like, let's say this area for a shot, he instead plays it much more directly and plays the ball into the middle, knowing that he has this angle should this one guy get blocked. And what it results in is a really high quality scoring chance, which we can show off now. So he plays the ball in, follows it up quickly. The block by his opponent ends up being a little bit lucky, honestly, and does a good job blocking here. But by playing this ball directly into the middle, we've now opened up the chance for this figure to come in, touch up on the ball, and go for the net. But the key is that this ball location is right in the middle of the pitch and results in a really high quality chance for Daniel Sheen. So the point being, always, if you have the room and the space for it, always try to push that ball towards the middle. As my cat is showing off as well. So we'll just finish off this clip. So he plays it towards the middle, earns a back, and has a very open shot right down the middle that unfortunately didn't put where he wanted. Of course, there's plenty of space on the net. It looks like he was trying to go down low down here, but couldn't quite get the ball to stay on the ground. So it was a keeper save, and he earns a corner kick. But it just kind of shows I just wanted to highlight that real fast, the importance of when you have the space towards the middle, always take it. Don't just settle for one of these kind of corner shots when you have the opportunity to really get a really high quality chance out in here. Because most of the time you'd rather have one clear shot, in this middle area versus, 2 clean shots out here, depending on how you shoot, but just speaking generally. So that's all. Thanks for checking in. Make sure you check out the ASA Discord. We'd love to hear from you, no matter where you're from, and join in the conversation. See you guys next week.
Highlights time.
Highlights time. Brilliant. Check it out.
Here we go. And remember, watch Dan's part and then think of what happens in the highlights, and you'll get a better idea. Check out the highlights.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the kids are all have to be ready to go. They're ready to go now. The guys that surf until they're going to the discotheque to go. But she just couldn't stand. She had to break away. Well, New York City really has it all. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker now. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker now. Well, she's a ball rocker. A ball rocker. Well, the kids are all have to be ready to go. They're ready to go now. The guys say simple when they're going to the discotheque and go. But she just couldn't stay. She had to break away. Well, New York City really has it all. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker now. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker now. Well, she's a ball rocker. A ball rocker. A ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker now. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker now. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker. Sheena is a ball rocker.
Thank you, Bradley, for them, as always. Excellent. Well edited. Great music. Beautiful. Thank you very much. This is your part. Will you take over now with results and news and whatever's going on around the world? So check it out.
America first. All A's in the boys. Maryland Subbuteo Club. They had their Maryland Subbuteo Club Challenge Cup. Number 2. 4 players. All you need. Schoolboy at it. Young lad Sam Cohen. All Paul I's boys come from the school, remember?
Yeah.
Brought them all up through the ranks. So look at them now.
This could be another protege.
This could be another protege, man. He had a good score. 2-2 against Benny Nuger.
Oh, must be good.
Benny Nuger, some player.
It's your second beer, by the way.
Only one beer. I'll go through some of the scores. Oof. Dangerous Dan Cranston and Benny Nuger. 3-0.
Dan?
Benny. 3-0 to Benny. Good score.
Jeez.
Paul Hayes 2, Young Sam 0. Dangerous Dan 2, Young Sam 0. That's not bad scores.
They're good. That's a good result for young Sam to beat a draw with Benny Nuger and then Benny Nuger to beat Dan.
I'm telling you. 2-2. That's a good score, man. Paul and Benny 2-0. Sam and Benny 2-0. We had that. Paul and Dan. Paul Hayes and Dangerous Dan Cranston. 4-0.
2.
Dangerous Dan. Very good.
Well done, Dan.
So they played.
He beat us, Mr. Miyagi.
They played each other twice. So now we've got Dan and Benny again. 3-1.
To Benny.
Dangerous Dan. 3-1 to Dan that time. Sam and Paul again. 3-1 to Paul that time. Very good. Dan and Sam. 4-0 to Dan. What do you expect?
Well done, Dan.
Paul and Benny. 3-1 to Benny. Benny Nuger.
Well done.
Paul Hayes and Dangerous Dan. 1-all. Second round. Sam and Benny. 5-1 to Benny. Very good. So finished the top of the table. Dan Cranston, 13 points. Benny Nuger right up his arse in 11. Paul Hayes with 8. And then young Sam with 1 point. 1 point, first competition.
Well done, Sam. I'd say in the future, if we're still going in years to come, we'll be talking about Sam.
Well, surely. Australia. Right the other side, man. Brisbane Subbuteo Club.
I know who wins it.
Oh, well. I'm not fucking bothered then. I'll move on.
Only joking. It's one of the results I've seen over the weekend.
Oh, is it? All right. Well, they had, what the hell for 6 players. So, I don't know what way they did that, huh? Must have played each other twice. First rounds. There's no names. There's only like surnames. It's no good. This. Some of the names we know. Kevin Halliday. He's on there. We'll just go to the table. How's that?
Alan Kimber. Is he not there?
No.
Oh, it must be
No
the
Alan Kimber. No Alan Kimber. Kevin Halliday. Winner on the night. Gus Gillespie. Unstoppable is how they're pumping it out on the Brisbane Subbuteo Club Facebook page. 4-0 final. Kevin folded. Kevin held it for 1 half, and then he must have scored 4 goals in the second half. Good on you, Gus. So there you go. Gus Gillespie, top of the table. Kevin
well done, Gus.
Coming in second. So Gus won all his matches. Very good.
Excellent.
Very good. Oh, what way did they do it? They did a final. I know what way they did it.
They must have played a league and top 2 played each other.
That's what they did. That's exactly what they did.
Don't worry, I'll
Good
keep
job
you right.
you were here.
I'll keep you right.
Keep me right. That's pretty much it. Except Solent Table Soccer and Subbuteo Club had their Janner's Cup. And who won it? I believe it's his first WASPA won. The one, the only. Kits for Tuts himself. Mr. Paul Pearson.
Well done, Paul Pearson. Congratulations.
Well done, Paul. Good
The
man.
ching. Fair play to you.
I think that's it. Is that plenty?
At that tournament, by the way, Mr. Plastic Hip himself, Jason Christopher, made a return
That's right.
and played his first competitive WASPA since getting the new hip. Well done, Jason. Good to see you back on your feet. I
Yeah,
think
but he made the foolish decision of playing with heavyweights.
I know he's trying to give everybody an advantage, but I think the advantage is now the plastic hip.
Yeah, it works.
The plastic hips the disadvantage.
I'm sure a boy like that has a titanium hip.
Probably paid for by some movie franchise. Is that you then? Is that your results?
I think that's plenty. No,
That is plenty. That's loads.
was everybody happy?
I think so. What you normally give us a bit of news. What about Jerry Harrington on the radio again?
Jerry Harrington's on the radio again. Fucker's never off the radio. Hey, he is
And?
Mr. ESA. And
Phil
And-
Mitchell.
Phil Mitchell on the TV playing Subbuteo. Shape of that pitch, man. The ball be straight off the edge. I'd never go around Phil's for a game. I'd go around once and I'd look at it and say, fuck off, Phil. Back to shit.
I go around for a wee Duke of Cat.
Alright.
Do you know what I mean?
Alright.
Just a
But
wee.
more news for Big Jerry. Big Jerry's making an appearance over here soon. In the
Yes,
second round of this year's Irish Championship.
he is indeed.
We're going to see Big G at sorry. I can't say that. It's not Big G. We're going to see Jerry. And the Ballymena round in March.
What the 26th of March.
26th of March.
And obviously weekend past there was the Irish Championship first round, but we'll get the results out next week.
Get the results out next week.
So anybody that wants to come, it's not just open to Irish players. Anybody can play in it. It's just the Irish Championship.
No, it might need to look at your passport.
Yeah.
Might need to look at your passport.
Well, here is
Although we had
here is
Sven.
waiver to get him in. Check us out.
Got something to show you, lads.
Right now.
I'm ready for the
It's the wrong
call.
one.
I'm ready for the call. If it was good enough for Jack, bringing us Anglos in, we're there.
Well done, Jerry. Welcome on board. Does that mean Jerry's out of the ESA? I don't know. I'm confused. If he's saying to us, or
Well,
them,
sure, you're in the fucking ESA.
I'm an honorary member.
You sponsor the ESA.
I'm an honorary member. Here,
I don't see you sponsoring NITFA. I don't see you running competitions for NITFA and offering NITFA members discounts on your fucking quality.
Nifta didn't contact me. They offered, so I was in contact. They were put in touch with me. Right, before we nip off, here is a wee video diary from Glasgow GP a couple of weeks ago. Elliot, it's more of a
Glasgow IO.
Sorry. It's more of a sitting around the dinner table, getting pished sort of diary than it is a Subbuteo diary, but check it out anyway. It's still good.
It's the best sort.
You didn't get battered, so that's fine.
Now at the airport,
get battered everywhere they go.
luckily enough, I've got these four beautiful people with me. After an amazing tournament, on the Saturday, we all know who won, and Sunday we all know who won.
Justin Finch didn't lose though.
And Justin Finch did not
didn't lose
within the 30 minutes of open play.
Open play. He'd
Which,
like to put it out there that
yeah.
he did not lose in open play in all that tournament. In fact, he was the only person not to lose any games
And then
in that tournament. And then
he did. He got beaten by Mr. Steve Bennett.
he had a warm up in the first one.
Yeah, warm-up game.
Yeah, all good.
Alright, so we're going to do a couple, it's not just one video diary for you this time, it's a few. So Joe, how did you get on, mate?
I'm retiring. I've sold my box back to Brian Daly. I'm going to stay in Haverhill, retire international and just play for Haverhill. I reckon top of the
Do you
league.
have to have an international career to start
Yep.
retiring?
I've played twice now. Been beating every game. That's me done.
But you're not really abroad.
I am. Scotland's abroad.
Okay. Rudy,
What happened?
How's your weekend?
how was your weekend, mate?
What weekend? I wasn't in here. It wasn't me. You never seen me. That was brilliant. I enjoyed. Absolutely loved Glasgow as usual. Well organized by the organizer Tom Burns and Dave Gladman. Absolutely brilliant. My game was so and so. I can't complain. The highlight, I guess, was the draw against Chris Thomas. I'll take that anytime, any day. And apart from that, it was a beautiful experience. Brilliant.
Lovely. Kev, how was your week?
Fine.
How was your week?
Your game?
Yeah.
No, it's been really good. I really exciting. A quick experience. I'm really happy with my night game. It's 7 o'clock. But it's we're very happy with our new team. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, now the main man.
How did my weekend go?
How did your weekend go?
It normally goes like, in actual fact, I didn't actually win a game, which by default then put me in, and I noticed it's a default put me into the last 16. I can't remember I played in the last 16.
A certain
Alan
Lee.
Oh yeah, that's, I was trying to...
0-0 at half-time.
I was trying to go away from mentioning his name.
0-0 at
His
half-time.
name's out there again now, isn't it? Yeah,
It
0-0.
was Alan Lee.
This game actually I played against, I held it to 0-0 at half time. But the plan went wrong second half. He scored a goal, so I had to just kind of go for it and beat me 5-0. But what a lovely bunch of lads up and down the country. Scotland put on a great show.
Yeah, John Halpin
Tom
is a
Burns,
lucky man. John Halpin is a lucky man.
And Joe has now decided that he's tossing a coin between he wants to be his father, me or John Halpin. You know, the nicest man in Scotland, he said, even though he keeps beating him. But lads, we're looking forward to Derry. Coming over to see you lot. Take it easy. Enjoy.
Alright, lads. I guess I better speak about my weekend a bit. Yeah, so Saturday, what?
The Karen, was laughing.
So yeah, Saturday I won the event, which was very good. Playing a lot of hard games.
You should be humble.
Results.
You should be humble. Like,
I am humble. I played terrible. I played terribly, and I need to improve my game. And then today, what happened today? Team event.
You're 2-0 down.
Oh yeah, you won.
We won after.
Hang on.
A great
They
game.
scraped the win, not won. They scraped the 1-0. They scraped it.
Yeah, we scraped a 1-0 win after underestimating our opponents by a big amount.
What's the score with Alan?
2-2. 2-2 with Alan Lee.
That's his name again. Well, you'll keep putting
Alan
his name out there
Lee,
for.
Alan Lee.
Alan gets battered everywhere he goes. Alan gets battered everywhere he goes.
Yeah, hopefully you guys are alright. Speak to you
Well
soon.
done, Elliot. Obviously, if you want to send me a video like that or any sort of video there, send it to us and we'll stick it on the show. We don't really care what it is, as long as it's Subbuteo related. So that's about it. Thank you, Martin O'Bradley. If you can get your attention there for 2 minutes.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Oisin, Barry Spence, and Kasper Bennet for coming on the show. Thank you, Dangerous Dan Cranston, Jerry Harrington, and anybody else that featured in the highlights. Thank you very much. And we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Cheers. Bye.